Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this time I'm gonna paint cherries. So let's begin. For this you need Adobe Photoshop and this tutorial, and rest you have to follow with me. I'm having here this reference image for our sketch, and from the below new layer button I'm just going to make a new layer. Select the brush tool from the toolbar, and here you can see so many we are having by default so many different sketching brushes, painting brushes in Photoshop. These are the customized ones, but in the above, yes, here we are having the by default brushes. You can just choose any of the brush and make sure it's having here in the properties the normal and 100, because all we are gonna do in the first step is sketch. So just exploring the basic brushes, and the downside one, you can see it's too good to sketch with this. So I'm just gonna sketch out our cherries. You can just undo anytime if you are not happy, but don't over pressurize yourself with the results in the sketch, because it's just a sketch, guys. We can just improve on the things later onwards. Try not to do in a single go. On the other hand, just simply divide up your sketch in different part of strokes, like here. Otherwise, if you have to undo or delete the last step, then everything will be gone. And like here I'm not having the results, you can just repeat and re-sketch over there, overlap it with the different lines, and later on we can just erase with the eraser tool. So we are nearly done with the sketch, and it's too small for right now, so I'm just hitting Ctrl T, and with the transformation handles I'm just making it enlarged. So again a new layer, this time it's colors. Here with the eyedropper tool I'm going to make a color palette for sketch, and how to make a color palette is just as simple as that. Choose the colors from the reference image, and with the brush tool paint it out here. Again with a new layer, this time I'm gonna paint the basic colors of this sketch with a sketch layer selected and magic wand tool. Select up the shape like this, but don't go all on one single go, otherwise it will be all painted in the same color. What I would suggest is select one shape like this, go to select, modify, expand it by 2 pixels, and then again go to that layer where we are gonna paint our base color. So just with eyedropper select your color and paint it over here. Ctrl D for deselection. Again similar process with the next cherry and its stems. like this, modify, expand and paint it over there. If you are not happy with one time expand, you can just go ahead with modifying to the 2 times, like here I did, and paint it. Similarly with the leaves. And the top head part. So if I make my sketch layer invisible, you can see there are some white spaces. So to edit those, just take your brush tool and from the Pro Tool brush tool presets, change to the different brush and paint it like this. Here also, and yes, make your edges clean. It's now pretty nice. Again, a new layer, and we are gonna start painting the details. Here you can see for this cherry, we are gonna first start from this, where the lighting and shadows are. Choose your color, make the brush properties go like this, multiply and a lower opacity, and paint it in a stroke format. I'm using 3 brushes. One's the soft round tip brush, and the below one is also there. Now changing the color mode of the brush, that is to the color dodge and a much lower opacity. I'm painting highlights over here. For shadows I use multiply, and for highlights I'm using the color dodge. Remember that. Paint it according to the reference image, so that is easier for us to know where the highlight or shadows could be. And now I'm choosing mixer brush with a wet heavy mix in properties, and do not select all sample layers, sample all layers, keep it unchecked and mix it here. So because otherwise our edges will be messed up. So just keep mixing your colors like this. I think this is pretty nice. Just don't go too mixing, otherwise it will just disproportionate everything. Don't you see what was its earlier a flat color, and now it's a complete 3D one. So to the next cherry, again darker area with the multiply, like this. Don't make extreme colors, like just keep it a little. Rest we could do with the mixer brush. I'm painting with the normal brush tool, guys. Remember, don't paint and with the painting is not good with the mixer brush. So just with this time I'm also painting with the base color, but a different tone of a color dodge so that it's a highlight. And use a different brush for different texture to the sketch. We are here with a mixer brush and painting and mixing it up all here and there. If it's too much in your sketch like this, and then my tip is select brush tool and paint with some base color like this. What I'm doing right now, this is just making our highlights and shadows both go a little smudgier. And yes, so nice, so really relatable results. Rest mixer brush can do. Now it's time to paint with the stems and leaves. So don't worry, as I'm having the darker green with the multiply, and I want one of the side of that stem to be with the shadows. So I've just painted like this, and with the round tip brush here and the lower size of 10 pixels, I've just painted the center veins area of the leaf, and with the soft round brush and the same properties, just painting some multiply darker area of the leaves like this. To make our edges clean, hold Ctrl and click on the layer thumbnail of the below layer where we're having our base color done, and just Ctrl Shift I to make the selection inverse and delete it from the keyboard. You can just simply hit delete. Make sure while deleting you are having selected your layer where you have done the details, the shading area things, and etc. So it will be done like this. We are having now clean edges, and again it's time to paint the head one with this smaller brush size, and like this again delete. So yay, we are pretty done with our painting, and this time to make shadows with the shadow layer below the base color. Drag and places below the base color and just paint it with the red color. I'm choosing that base color only because in reflection it's also reflecting, guys. So for reflection it would be nice to have that same color, and with a darker tone I'm just painting it right below so that it will be like it was darker and then it got light here with the light. So like this. We are done with the shadows too. In the details further, I would like to add some tiny details to the going ahead, making some fine details. As earlier, just select all and delete the extra edges, and it's done. I hope you guys find this tutorial helpful and interesting, and if you do, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed to get these tutorial videos weekly in your inbox.